Thank you for joining the interview. Could you briefly introduce your role in Onto and your involvement in the Singapore experience?
My role is mainly related to business development and market expansion. For Singapore, I have been involved in understanding customer demand, contacting accommodation providers, and help the team adapt Onto's service model to a new market. Since the expansion is still at an early stage, our focus is on market validation, supplier relationships, and learning from local conditions.
Uh, could you briefly describe Onto's business model and target customers?
Onto focuses on long-term accommodations, including hotels, service apartment, and student accommodation. Our target customer are mainly international students, young professionals, families, and customers who need temporary or medium-term accommodation. We do not own the property directly. Instead, we connect customer with accommodation providers and support the booking process through digital channel and customer service.
Thank you, Jessica. And why did Onto choose Singapore as an international market?
Singapore was attractive because it has a long demand from international students, families, and professionals. Many customers need accommodation before arriving, but they may not understand the local market, room types, deposit, locations, or booking conditions. We saw this as a demand-driving opportunities because the market need come from real customer problems.
Yeah, for sure. And what customer problems or market gaps did Onto observe in Singapore?
The main problem is uncertainty. A customer can find information online, but they may not know whether it is accurate, reliable, or suitable for long stay needs. Students and parents often worry about school distance, safety, room conditions, payment rules, and whether the accommodation matches the pictures. Onto tries to reduce this uncertainty by providing clear information and booking support.
Yeah, I agree with you. How did Onto validate whether Singapore had a real market demand?
We validate demand through customer inquiries, market research, and earlier communication with accommodation suppliers. We look at the repeat customers' question about long staying pricing, student housing, moving dates, school distance, and deposit rules. We also spoke with hotel, service apartment, and student accommodation providers to see whether they were open to cooperation. This step-by-step approach help us test the market before market making larger commitments.
Yeah. And what's the Onto's main value proposition for customers in Singapore?
Onto's main value proposition is making overseas accommodation booking easier, clearer, and more trustworthy. Customers are not only looking for a room, they also need guidance, communication support, and confidence before making a decision. This is especially important for long stay customers because the booking involves higher cost, longer commitment, and more uncertainty than a short hotel stay.
Mm, yeah. What key results or capability helps Onto expand into Singapore?
The key resources are our long stay accommodation experience, supplies relationship management, digital platform capability, and the Chinese language customer service. Our Hong Kong experience help us understand customer pain point, while supplier relationships help us assist reliable accommodations options in Singapore. These capabilities are valuable because they are based on trust, experience, and repeat communication. So they are not easy to copy quickly.
And what ancient model is Onto using in Singapore?
Onto's entry mode is mainly partnership based. We are not purchasing properties or making large physical investment at this stage. Instead, we cooperate with hotels, service apartment, and accommodation providers. This allows us to assist local supply when keeping risk and capital commitment reliable. Low.
Mhm. And what challenges has Onto faced in earlier stage of entering Singapore?
One challenge is understanding local market practice because Singapore has different supplier expectations, pricing standards, and customer habit. Another challenge is build trust with local accommodation providers. Since auto is still a new entrant in the Singapore market, we also need to manage customers' expectations carefully, especially around price, availability, deposit, and booking confirmation.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of challenges. And how is Onto responding to these challenges?
We are responding by learning from the market and adjustment our process. For suppliers, we focus on clear communication and long-term cooperation. For customers, we provide more detailed explanations about room types, payment rules, locations, and booking conditions. The key lesson is that international expansion is not simply copying the original model. It requires localizations and continuous adaptations.
Yeah, would you please describe Onto's internationalization as the gradual, rapid, regional, or global?
I will describe it as early stage regional internationalization. Onto is not trying because become global immediately. Singapore is a strategy regional market because it has a strong demand and is reliable, rela- relatively close to our exist customer base. The process is careful and learning based. And we are testing demands, building partnership and adaptation the model before committing larger resources.
Finally, what advice would you give to others which want to planning to expand internationally?
My advice is to validate demands before committing too many resources. A foreign market may look attractive, but interpreters needs to test whether customers are willing to pay and whether local partners are willing to cooperate. It is also important to understand local differences, building trust relationship and adapt the business model instead of assuming the original model will work everywhere.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Your insights are very helpful for understanding Onto's earlier stage internationalization process. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope this is useful for your assignment.